CEOs are the opposite of the exploiters. CEOs are the ones who make jobs possible. There are no jobs. There are no workers. There is no wealth to be distributed before CEOs, entrepreneurs, capitalists create that wealth.
I'm just going to repeat the point here that there's a very deep disconnect between what the captains of industry and tech think is going on in the world and what is.
Home Depot co-founder Bernie Marcus sat down with the Financial Times and basically called modern American workers lazy, fat, and stupid. Lovely guy, real lovely. Now, he says this in the context of the interview, quote, "I'm worried about capitalism." Same, but unfortunately, we're worried about capitalism from different points of view. For Marcus, he says, thanks to socialism, nobody works. Nobody gives a damn. Just give it to me, send me money. I don't wanna work, I'm too lazy, I'm too fat, I'm too stupid, he says, of the current workforce here in the United States.
Rail workers warned us about disaster like this. I heard firsthand months ago about the corporate practice of precision scheduled railroading.
Precision scheduled railroading is shorter staff, longer hours, longer trains, less safety, less maintenance. Do I have all that right?
Oh, you got it all right. I
Okay.
mean, a lot of the derailments that you're seeing on national TV is one of a few things. It's lack of maintenance on the track, or they've cut the track gangs too short and they can't get out to fix it, or they've cut the carmen's, which is the union that works on the rail cars. So we have one derailment here in Northeast Ohio where a wheel flange was very thin. It picked a switch and derailed the entire train. Luckily, it was full of candle wax and not something highly volatile.
Rail workers tried to strike over this stuff, but were stopped by Congress. A few weeks later, and here we are. Several Norfolk Southern cars of toxic, highly volatile chemicals exploded fantastically in the tiny town of East Palestine, Ohio.
The threat to market economies is not coming from the workers or socialism, but the shareholders and executive staff who are intent on pillaging the value of the rail company, destroying not only their own capital, but that of products they were contracted to haul, and the property and lives of towns all over the U.S. And it is the workers who spend their days desperately trying to keep these corporations running. Please explain to me how congressional interference in the very process of negotiation that would keep rail companies functioning is not ruining the nation. Maybe conservatives have a point that government is ducking up the economy, but it is because they are doing what the rich say and not what the workers are telling them needs to be done. And maybe if a plutocracy are only interested in pillaging the economy and the companies they own, they should own less of it and of them. A historical note regarding Charles Koch, the billionaire central to shaping today's conservatism and the economic and political conditions of the U.S. today. His father, Fred, built oil refineries in Stalin's USSR. At first, he was fine doing so, but to quote from the wiki, over time, however, Stalin brutally purged several of Koch's Soviet colleagues. Koch was deeply affected by the experience and regretted his collaboration. Later, Fred Koch wrote that the Soviet Union was a land of hunger, misery, and terror, a reality that is now apparent in the U.S., and it is done by the hand of Fred Koch's son, a true heir to Stalin.